How to avoid overthinking. Why is everyone looking at me? Do they even care how I feel? Do they really like me? When am I going to have time to finish all of my work? These are questions asked by overthinkers every single day. Are you an overthinker? Do you dwell on situations or think the worst of every situation? If you do, I have tips to help you overcome overthinking. Overthinking affects everyone in many different ways. Some people overthink about school or relationships. A study from the University of Michigan found that 73% of adults overthink every single day. That doesn't even count the people that keep it private. Thoughts are powerful. They can even become our own reality. They affect emotions and actions, and which is why people should find ways to overcome or manage overthinking. So today we will discuss how to identify negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. Then we will learn how to control our emotions, and lastly, how to let go of the past and live in the moment. First, we will discuss identifying negative thoughts and how to replace them with positive ones. Many people can start overthinking at a young age. Childhood trauma can trigger this habit and cause children to overthink in every single situation. It can all start with the fear of making their parents mad. Negative and destructive thought patterns can come in many forms. They mostly occur in stressful or conflicting times. The most common patterns are ruminating and incessant worrying. Rumination is when you think about one sad or dark thought over and over and over again. It is an obsession about one event or situation. This is most common in perfectionists and can lead to depression. Incessant worrying is when you worry about everything and think everything will go wrong. Both of these contribute to anxiety and can easily be managed with the right mindset. Each time you have a negative thought or obsessive thought, you have to identify it and change it. You have to positively reframe how you think. For example, let's say you see your two best friends talking in a corner, and they're looking at you. Your first assumption is, oh, they're talking bad about me. But how you can change it is you can say that, oh, they are my friends and they can just be talking about their day and just happen to glance this way. If that doesn't work, then you can even approach them politely and start a conversation asking what they were talking about. Just as easily as negative thinking is learned, it can be unlearned. After weeks of training and reframing your thoughts, you will find it easier to think positively. Now that we know how to identify negative thoughts and change them, let's learn how to control our emotions. When you feel strong or negative emotions, you have to first identify the cause. Once you find it, you can understand what is making you feel a certain way. You can face it head on and work through your problems instead of overthinking every situation. A tip I have found to be very helpful is to face your problems when they occur. If you let them sit and get worse when time passes, it will only cause you more stress. Once you get them dealt with, you can live free from overthinking each problem. Now that we know emotions can contribute to overthinking and how to deal with them, let's discuss how to let go of the past and live in the moment. Many people tend to dwell on what they could have done differently in the past in every situation, but the past is the past. It can't be changed, so there is no reason to keep worrying about it. All you can do is learn from it. You can't let your past mistakes control your future. You can't let bad things control your emotions. And you have to let go of your past anger to forgive people. I have learned that writing out my emotions can help me work through my problems. Once you have done this, you can learn to live in the moment. My advice is to take a day writing out all of the root of your problems and forgiving yourself and others for situations. At that moment, you can focus on the present and live free of the past. You can write about each day and focus on one day at a time. I hope you can understand how overthinking negatively affects you and how to avoid it. This is a daily struggle for many, including myself, but with practice, you can teach your brain to think differently. Today, we have learned how to identify negative thoughts and train your brain to think positively. We have also discussed how to control your emotions. Lastly, we learned how to let go of the past and live in the moment to create a better life. Overall, overthinking haunts millions of people across the world. Each person experiences it differently, but the difference between them and you is you now know how to avoid and overcome overthinking. With these tips, you can rewire your brain to think positively. Your emotions and actions will positively benefit from this. You can live a happier life free from the chains of overthinking.